Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never
how this is gonna go, because this is game number 1.
Yes, we can see in terms of
anything you want, anything you need.
the starting of the match, Team Indonesia, they haven't opted to go any crazy plays, besides taking a lot of damage from Imam, and this is why I say, even Lady alone, she's strong against any mage, and at times, even the mage and roamer combo.
Yep, and as of yet,
She's strong against any mage, and at times, even the mage and roamer combo.
yep, and as of yet, they are gonna go for a little bit of double mage composition for Team Indonesia. They do have the Angela for the sustains. They were able to harass Imam from the get-go, so this is gonna give them a little bit of an upper hand when it comes to oppression, but Team Philippines, they will be able to win the little as of yet. When it comes to oppression, but Team Philippines, they will be able to win the little as of yet.
Yeah, looking at Team Indonesia, even early stages in the game, they're not committing too much, but they are testing the water, see
Win the little as of yet.
Yeah, looking at Team Indonesia, even early stages in the game, they're not committing too much, but they are testing the water, see if they can actually invade the jungle.
Oh,
look at his Sans going on onto Imam. Imam having very, very low HP. He still wants to commit. Villaluna over there probably telling they can actually invade the jungle.
Oh,
look at his Sans going on onto Imam. Imam having very, very low HP. He still wants to commit. Villaluna over there probably telling his team, like, no, let's just go back. There's no need to get a first blood right now. Very, very low HP. He still wants to commit. Villaluna over there probably telling his team, like, no, let's just go back. There's no need to get a first blood right now.
Yup, it's all about winning those mid lane pressure. It seems like both teams are trading 50.
It seems like, no, let's just go back. There's no need to get a first blood right now.
Yup, it's all about winning those mid lane pressure. It seems like both teams are trading 50-50s all the way it goes. So the side lanes are going to have a little bit more space to actually farm their way through. Team Indonesia, they are going to be supporting Albert to get the is all about winning those mid lane pressure. It seems like both teams are trading 50-50s all the way it goes. So the side lanes are going to have a little bit more space to actually farm their way through. Team Indonesia, they are going to be supporting Albert to get the gold crab for Yao, but seems like we are going to be going into the pause to try and figure out what is going to be happening as of yet, as going to have a little bit more space to actually farm their way through. Team Indonesia, they are going to be supporting Albert to get the gold crab for Yao, but seems like we are going to be going into the pause to try and figure out what
Turtle for themselves.
All right, thank you guys so much for bearing with us as well. I hope you guys were very, very entertained with our conversation. This is how we have fun all the time. But nevertheless, this is going to be a little bit of a interesting switch as well, because we are going to be seeing the attempt coming from Team Philippines for the attack from Gang, and it looks like they will catch Win off guard, and that's going to be the flicker forward, and he's going to be able to escape this. But here it comes, the Numenon blast to skip him and check and flickering to get the kill. This is huge coming from Team Philippines. They need these kills to dictate the tempo, and they will get it.
The focus from Villaluna is like, no, I'm not going to let this go. I know that you're a roamer, but I'm a roamer as well. You're going down, and I'm going to get that kill. Team Philippines right now, looking on the scoreboard, they managed to that kill. Team Philippines right now, looking on the scoreboard, they managed to get the first turtle as well as the first blood. They're setting up the first blood. They're setting up the tempo. So right now, even though, as we talked about, they want to scale, right now, not only are they scaling, they're winning by a little bit, but for them, it's winning by a lot.
Yeah. And early on as well, what was very interesting was that Rosario actually opted to go for a retribution on towards the Archive, just because he does have a little bit more mobility despite losing the little. He was actually slowing down Albert a little bit so that he will lose some time while rotating to the minions to actually farm some lanes, which was a very, very small, I would say micro play, which actually contributes into a later stage of the game.
Two people from Indonesia is here on the gold lane. Philippines from Indonesia is here on the gold lane. Philippines, it looks like they wanted to have any kind of engagement there, but it looks looks like they're opting not to go for it since Del Rosario's buff is coming up. So he's going to secure that first. Right now for Team Philippines, what are they really looking for? Because they have the engagement tool coming in from the Lolita. Probably they're just waiting on Imam as well as Gonzalez. When they're good, they're going to go for it.
Yeah, it feels like early on they were hoping to win the lanes, but considering that Vin was caught off rather early, Team Indonesia is going to be stalling a little bit more time. However, with the hard guards available, they can re-engage anytime, but the turtle will be secure from the side Team Philippines, and immediately they go in for the disengage. Indonesia not able to do anything in these circumstances.
When they're good, they're going to go for it.
Yeah, it feels like early on they were hoping to win the lanes, but considering that Vin was caught off rather early, Team Indonesia is going to be stalling a little bit more time. However, with the hard guards available, they can re-engage anytime, but the turtle will be secure from the side Team Philippines, and immediately they go in for the disengage. Indonesia not able to do anything in these circumstances until they secure their farm. Villa Luna going for the minimum block. Vin was caught off rather early. Team Indonesia is going to be stalling a little bit more time. However, with the hard guards available, they can re-engage anytime, but the turtle will be secure from the side Team Philippines, and immediately they go in for the disengage. Indonesia not able to do anything in these circumstances until they secure their farm. Villa Luna going for the minimum block. Doesn't seem to connect. Vin is going to be able to beat out major spells just like that, and Team Indonesia, they're going to have a little bit more space to fight now if they choose to fight. Able to do anything in these circumstances until they secure their farm. Villa Luna going for the minimum blast, doesn't seem to connect. Vin is going to be able to beat out major spells just like that, and Team Indonesia, they're going to have a little bit more space to fight now if they choose to fight.
However, we do have to talk about
Villa Luna going for the minimum blast, doesn't seem to connect. Vin is going to be able to beat out major spells just like that, and Team Indonesia, they're going to have a little bit more space to fight now if they choose to fight.
However, we do have to talk about the winning lanes because we talked about it before. If you have the lane priority, you can rotate first. You can get the turtle first, and that is what we saw just now. And Team Philippines, they use a lot of ultimates onto Vin alone, but that does put pressure on him as well. Just because now Philippines, they can control everything, and did Del Rosario, okay?
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, right? The early retribution does contribute a little bit because Albert will be slowed down a little bit, and even though it's like a fraction of a second, if the more it becomes, when you reach that point, you are getting again a one creep advantage, which you did see how Del Rosario was able to steal it ahead of Albert. It's all about setting up for the next place, and 5 minutes a game, the little time that has been garnered throughout this rotation, it is going to put him at an advantage, and this is a beautiful, very, very small detail that Philippines fraction of a second. If the more it becomes, when you reach that point, you are getting again a one creep advantage, which you did see how Del Rosario was able to steal it ahead of Albert. It's all about setting up for the next place, and 5 minutes a game, the little time that has been garnered throughout this rotation, it is going to put him at an advantage, and this is a beautiful, very, very small detail that Philippines was able to capitalize on.
Interesting detail though, the Popol Kupa CW is farming a lot more than 1-1, 3,400 for 1-1 and 3,600 for Popol Kupa, already having that Blade of Despair. Indonesia, they're just biding their time. I feel like they will have their items very, very soon. And a certain power spike, whether it be items, whether it be levels. But look at that, Team Philippines, they feel like this is go time, and they're pushing forward right now. Looking at the kills, 4-1, and Philippines managing to secure the mid lane turret.
Well, it seems to me Team Philippines, they are going to be coming up on top, and this is why I'm talking about of snowball effect, right? The moment you lose the early engagement, they are going to look to punish this, and just like that, Team Philippines is going to come on top. Based on the itemizations as well, Del Rosario is in a stage where he's extremely tacky, looking to go for the next item after the Dreadlord armor, which you can see is going to be on its way.
Yeah, looking at the items just now, Team Philippines looking at the gold lead, 3,000 gold ahead. The 1-1 already has a Corrosion Scythe as well as a Demon Hunter Sword, and looking at that, 1-1 is also preparing just in case, has a little bit of armor to make sure that he can handle CW, but on the way, finishing up his Wind of Nature is going to be good terms to fight against Popo and Koopa. However, I do have to say he has to be careful of the Lilia, because the Lilia is deceptively painful.
I really like this small decision ever since they introduced the new armor for the blade armor, right? Because of the upgraded one before upgrade armor, right? That item. It gives you a little bit more value in terms of defense. Dreadnought armor is slightly a little bit more expensive to get. As a marksman, you want to try and use as minimal of your economy to try and get the best of value. And I feel like he needs to get the best of value. And I feel like he needs to get a little bit more items, but for him to get sustain the potential pokes on Popo and Koopa and Masha, it's very, very much needed.
It's a bargain. Maximizing effectiveness by minimum spending. And this is efficiency. That is the word that you thought of for me. Now, Team Indonesia, they are in the back foot, but again, they have a lot of opportunities, but they are waiting their time. It feels like since they do have Nakai, they can definitely punish any kind of over-aggression coming in from the side of Philippines, because the moment they overextend and then Albert is directly behind them, then they can do something. They are waiting their time. It feels like since they do have an Akai, they can definitely punish any kind of over-aggression coming in from the side of Philippines, because the moment they overextend and then Albert is directly behind them, then they can do something. Gonzalez, he could protect himself just because he has that built-in Purify, but Imam, he has to be a little bit more safer.
Yeah.
Punish any kind of over-aggression coming in from the side of Philippines, because the moment they overextend and then Albert is directly behind them, then they can do something. Gonzalez, he could protect himself just because he has that built-in Purify, but Imam, he has to be a little bit more safer.
Yeah.
From the side of Philippines, because the moment they overextend and then Albert is directly behind them, then they can do something. Gonzalez, he could protect himself just because he has that built-in Purify, but Imam, he has to be a little bit more safer.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But as of yet, we are talking about stalling for time. Team Philippines is at the stage where they are heading towards the late game stage, and they are having so much control over the map.
Gonzalez, he could protect himself just because he has that built-in Purify, but Imam, he has to be a little bit more safer.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But as of yet, we are talking about stalling for time. Team Philippines is at the stage where they are heading towards the late game stage, and they are having so much control over the map. But they are still respecting the Team Indonesia is trying to find opportunities to go in for split push. Definitely agree. But as of yet, we are talking about stalling for time. Team Philippines is at the stage where they are heading towards the late game stage, and they are having so much control over the map. But they are still respecting the Team Indonesia is trying to find opportunities to go in for split push. However, speaking of split push as well, it looks like they are going to try and make an attempt as well. The Numeral Blast does catch on towards Albert in that regard. So he's going to try to go for the heavy spin, but he's going to be locked in place just like that. As he takes them down, Imam gets a big two-man catch. However, not going to be able to follow up as well, but they need to make a fight for this as well. Imam gonna get dived in front the Masha and R7. He's down towards the last two more bars. The Andrew is gonna slow his way through. He will eventually get the kill, take him out. Follow up as well, but they need to make a fight for this as well. Imam gonna get dived in front the Masha and R7. He's down towards the last two more bars. The Andrew is gonna slow his way through. He will eventually get the kill, take him out. However, he's gonna deliver more pressure, but as he gets kited down and gets taken out.
Right now, Team Indonesia looks like they're being a little bit impatient. Where just now, unfortunately, Albert did get caught out, and Team Philippines was able to dish out enough damage, especially Imam. Look at the damage. Albert did get caught out, and Team Philippines was able to dish out enough damage, especially Imam. Look at the damage he brought out onto Vid as well as CW. Make sure that they can't do anything, but right now the Lord is being attacked, and we have to see that the Lord has been CW. Make sure that they can't do anything, but right now the Lord is being attacked, and we have to see that the Lord has been slain by Team Philippines and pushing further their and we have to see that the Lord has been slain by Team Philippines and pushing further their advantages, even though CW managing to get a kill for himself, but overall a worthwhile trade for Philippines.
Oh, that was such a risky move coming for Villa Luna, not going back, but at the same time it was a necessary play. Just because he died, they were trying to secure the Lord, and he was trying to provide as much passive ability of his shield to actually boost up the tankiness of both Del Rosario as well as Soto. And for them to force the Lord right there, it was so smart, knowing that they don't exactly have a retribution. There's nothing Team Indonesia can do to contest it unless you mess up the retribution snipe.
Yeah, and if they actually want to contest it,
Lacking in terms of mobility, even though he's got a first kill. So going for a heavy lacking in terms of mobility, even though he's got a first kill. So going for a heavy spin pin requires oftentimes either the flicker or the sprint. But this time, because it's on the retribution side, they're able to utilize the Numinum Blast to slow it down and catch him off guard, which you did see Albert just now getting kited off from the get-go and burst it down.
yeah, I agree. Having the retribution on that guy does not look nice. But right now, Team Indonesia, they managed to keep having the retribution on that guy does not look nice. But right now, Team Indonesia, they managed to kill off the Lord before they get to do anything with it. So overall, a very good defense. Team Indonesia, they managed to kill off the Lord before they get to do anything with it. So overall, a very good defense from Team Indonesia, but Team Philippines is completely fine. They're still okay with this situation because they are in the lead. About 5k goal lead, and look at that. Dawning Light hitting onto Vin and Sons. They have to retreat, especially since Sun. About 5k goal lead, and look at that. Dawning Light hitting onto Vin and Sons. They have to retreat, especially since Sun. Right now, he wants to deal out the damage, and he still wants to save his black shoes. Albert going in, trying to get a catch, but still not able to get that good flank. Damage coming in from the side of Philippines is good, but what's even better is them kiting things away. Indonesia can't touch them.
Exactly. You can see the damage hack is starting to apply as well when it comes to the power of Dawning Light. Imagine if Imam didn't die early on, things would have been even harder for Team Indonesia. Fortunately for them, there is still very, very much manageable and killable coming from Vin. But like I said, Team Indonesia, they need to still somehow come on top in terms of certain objectives. They're using Albert to buy a little bit more time. But as of now, you can see that Albert is really, really struggling to get any sort of setup for the team in terms of both potential. They want to push out the lane so they can go for some sort of split push, but it's going to be very, very difficult to do so because right now Team Philippines is about 30 seconds shy before the next Lord to come in, and this is going to be the item coming in.
Yeah, looking at Masha, already having the 3 core items, the Sky Guardian Harmut, the Curse Helmet, as well as... Okay, so in terms of items, what is Indonesia really looking for? Because we can talk about, oh, they're looking for opportunities, right? But that is, in a way, up to chance. And in a way, reacting to what Team Philippines is going to do. But in terms of items, what are they really looking for? Right now, R7 already has 3 core items. But again, looking at the damage check just now, maybe 1v1 should be fine, but 1v5 is going to be very, very difficult. So how is it 1v5 is going to be very, very difficult? So how is Indonesia going to set up the split push?
It's going to be very difficult as well because based on their compositions,
Indonesia going to set up the split push.
It's going to be very difficult as well because based on their compositions, where Vin as well as Sans, they are going for more a utilitarian fight style. Basically, they're looking to chip away and hope. Where Vin as well as Sans, they are going for more a utilitarian fight style. Basically, they're looking to chip away and hope to capitalize and punishing Philippines who are. They're looking to chip away and hope to capitalize and punishing Philippines who are isolated. Whereas Team Philippines, they've got so much burst potential, and based on this itemization as well, probably they need a couple more items up on Sans. Before he can get the damage needed done to chunk down this very tanky composition. However, Bobo Kuba has got a lot to work with as well, considering how tanky the Bakta and Akai. And this time, Team Philippines, they're waiting for a stall as well, hoping the Team Indonesia is gonna try and contest it. But while this is actually happening, this is actually very smart because Team Philippines tends to like to bait around this and hope to capitalize on someone who is going to be split pushing. And look at this, they are sending Vin on the side to split push and get a little bit of more advantage, but they can't exactly force the fight right now because the Angela can come in anytime.
It's so difficult for Team Indonesia right now because Imam is poking them from afar. That is annoying. They don't like that. So, but even if they try to go in, they try to engage, all of a sudden Gonzalez is there just waiting and getting all those weakness stacks and just waiting for his time. It's like, hey, you know what? I got a clear hit on CW right now. And then he just pops off his ultimate and then he's going to get a lot of kills. So they want to play from afar. They're gonna get chunked by Imam. If they want to dive in, they're gonna have to face Gonzalez. Look at this. Time and time again, Indonesia, they just have to take this hit because they can't find the angles. Albert is, again, without the flicker, without the sprint, can't force a situation.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And Albert needs to get a little bit big catch on those Gonzalez, which is almost near impossible now, considering that his level 15, so he's going to be able to get out of there with one skill auto attack, but seems like the Lord is going to be down towards the last final two bar, and they get the reset. Team Philippines, they're a little bit afraid to fight this. This is kind of surprising considering that they've got so much of an upper hand, but it seems like they are going to focus on lane priority for now as they are sending the Esmeralda down bottom to split push.
Historically, Indonesia has secured a lot of Lord and Turtle steals in international tournaments. So I feel like this is more or less just respecting Team Indonesia. Now, it will be later on in hindsight whether this is a good move or this is a bad move, depending on what Indonesia will do next. Because right now, Team Philippines, they feel like they can do this all day. But right now, Albert managing to catch out one member, Soto, from the side of Philippines, but it is not enough. The damage is not there. Del Rosario going in front. And again, looking at that, Indonesia, they finally get a catch, but it's on Soto, and it's not going to be the priority target. Indonesia does not have enough damage still.
Oh, that was so smart coming from Sans as well. Not popping the magic, the shadow ball to actually contest that just because he doesn't have the damage. But it looks like they are going to force the issue because Arcel is going to get caught out. Here comes the Cosmo attack potentially coming in. He's going to make a sprint for it. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do so as Arcel was completely kited down in that situation.
For now, we can look at Team Philippines. They're using the draft well. This is the Ube strategy. Ultimate bonding experience. Try to come up to us at CW. And look at that engagement on CW. He has to use his flicker, but Villaluna tries to re-engage the Hargar onto the Popolo Kupa. The Popolo Kupa is dealing a lot of damage, but re-engaging Team Philippines, they managed to get the Lord, and they don't want to push the situation further, being happy with the Lord and just waiting for it to push together with it later.
Oh, that was such disciplined plays coming from Soto as well. Considering that he could have gotten the kill, considering even though there is the hard gun onto a CW, but he doesn't want to take the risk. Based on the positioning as well, Team Philippines, they were focusing on the objectives, which is the bigger picture. Because if he died right there, they won't be able to snowball and take advantage of this Lord push.
Right now, the Lord is in mid. This is a Evolve Lord, and the damage coming in from the side of Philippines, they're just poking it out. The Lord has entered the building, and look at that, they managed to destroy Albert, try to push everyone away, but he will be immobilized. He has to go back into his base, and see Philippines, they're taking a lot of damage coming in from into his base, and see Philippines, they're taking a lot of damage coming in from Sans being in the front, trying to make sure that Team Philippines gets punished. But look at that, they managed to run away. Indonesia, they tried to capitalize on the aggression on Team Philippines, but they're not having it.
Yeah, this is very, very difficult to play right now, but
Philippines, but they're not having it.
Yeah, this is very, very difficult to play right now, but all in all, great defense coming from Team Indonesia, and there was a very micro detail coming from Team Indonesia, was very interesting, was that every single time they expect a dawning light, they tend to spread out, just because that sometimes was that every single time they expect a dawning light, they tend to spread out, just because that sometimes you don't really you are going to be on the quick of the fingers and just tap, just because that sometimes you don't really you are going to be on the quick of the fingers and just tap your ultimate, right? And sometimes that auto aim is going to be messed up, and are going to be on the quick of the fingers and just tap your ultimate, right? And sometimes that auto aim is going to be messed up, and based on that circumstance as well, it will immediately lock onto the nearest hero. So, or in that particular, if you split off, and if that happens, it doesn't hit the rest of your base. So this is very, very micro detail, but it's not noticeable a lot by common play.
Right now, it's 20 minutes, and it's only 10 kills. The fight for global peace.
Common play.
Right now it's 20 minutes and it's only 10 kills. The fight for global peace is at hand here, where they're proving they don't need to. Only 10 kills. The fight for global peace is at hand here, where they're proving they don't need to do a lot of kills to make sure that they get the victory. And right now, look, unfortunately, the Dawning Light did miss PW as well as Vin. If not, I feel like Soda will take that advantage and actually re-engage.
Yep, Albert Dow does have the
victory. And right now, look, unfortunately, the Dawning Light did miss PW as well as Vin. If not, I feel like Soda will take that advantage and actually re-engage.
Yep, Albert Dow does have the cursed helmet. I don't think it's a major item, but if they are going to be stall a little bit more, this is where the Masha is going to be even harder to kill. We saw how it's going to be even harder to kill. We saw how tanky R7 was, but it was easily kited from the side of Team Philippines. So they're looking for opportunities to go for the split push. They're playing it safe by having Vin for now, but slowly but surely, eventually R7 is going to have some serious damage when it comes to split push potential. However, Albert is going to get caught up as the heavy speed comes in. He's going to be able to get out of it as well. Preemptive measures of the hot guns are being hovered from the side of Vin, but it's not going to be committed yet.
This is death time. 21 minutes into the game for Team Indonesia as well as Team Philippines. Philippines have been dominating the game so far. However, if they, perhaps 2 members, 3 members get pushed out, they will die. And with that, of course they will die. If they die, it will take a long time for them to respawn. And because Team Indonesia, they have a Popol Kupa as well as a Masha, they can push very, very fast. So right now for Team Philippines, they have to be careful because in a way, this is Indonesia's win condition. They can push very fast. They're just waiting for that opportunity. So Philippines, no matter what, they have to make sure that they don't provide the opportunity to them.
Yep, I definitely agree. But once again, Team Philippines, they are going to be trying to bait things out again. And let's see how Team Indonesia responds. It seems like they are sending the Angela up top again, knowing that they can force the fight. However, Team Indonesia is coming in from 2 sides, and Team Philippines, they're opting going for the challenge, where it's going to be focusing on CW on the side while leaving Del Rosario all by himself. I don't think Team Indonesia is going to base check it that, but it seems like they have a rough idea on how the hell bar is. Seems like they are going to check it as well. It seems like it's relatively healthy. They will back off, but San forced to use the black shoe, and this is where Imam will shine the most, and that is going to be a big cooldown for the damage power spike coming from Sans, and Team Philippines may look to take advantage of the situation, but this is going to be a slow and sturdy poke. However, on the top side as well, we do see the Angela going to be in a little bit of trouble as well, because Gonzalez will find the pick, and that is going to be the confusion we were talking about as well. Immediately, the 1-1 getting killed, no hot guns protection. Team Indonesia, they are going to try to force a fight, but they're just too damn tanky. Now, they are going to try and catch off Del Rosario, but Gonzalez is going to be joining the party as well. The Winter Dropkin swap coming from Rosario to buy time for the 1-1, and that's going to be Gonzalez completely shredding them off, and Team Indonesia, they lose Rosario, but Gonzalez is going to be joining the party as well. The Winter Dropkin swap coming from Rosario to buy time for the 1-1, and that's going to be Gonzalez completely shredding them off, and Team Indonesia, they lose 3 just like that, and they're looking to focus on the crystal.
Team Philippines is not done. The minions are there. They're going in. They're pushing in. R7 there. They're going in. They're pushing in. R7 trying to clear off the minions. But look at Gonzalez. Gonzalez is just focusing on the crystal. He dies. The crystal is just a slither of hell. Can they do it? It's just a slither of hell. Can they do it? Soto is hitting it.
Oh, no.
Luna is hitting it. Double kill for R7.
No way.
Backup protection. No way.
Backup protection. No way.
Look at this. They're Philippines. They're desperate for it, but they can't do it. There's no minions. Triple kill for Indonesia.
No way. They could not chip away the crystal because of the Ragdoll protection and the disarm coming for R7. They almost got the crystal, and this is the comeback that Team Indonesia need. Because of all this deaths from Philippines, they are going to be able to bounce back, but there was such a risky play, because that was a very, very close call for Team Indonesia.
If even just one other member from Indonesia was alive, they could have probably taken 2 turrets off of mid lane, and based on that, they could have had a very, very good control of the map and potentially just win the game. Team Philippines, that was very unfortunate. They really tried, but that was almost unfair. That was almost unfair.
Yeah, that was so close indeed. But Team Philippines, they still have more time to work with. Philippines, they still have more time to work with. However, with the crystals down so low, Team Indonesia, they are going to force on towards the Lord, considering that it is past 20 seconds, 20 minutes into the game. The long respawn timers on Team Philippines is not going to be able to back up in time. But Albert is slowly making work as well. Soto trying to bully out Suns as much as he can and buy time. It seems like Team Indonesia, they're gonna be distracted, and that is going to be the Lord resetted. And this time, Philippines are going to be back in action to contest this.
Right now, Indonesia, they were able to win the previous team fight off of Philippines over aggression. I don't think that will happen a second time because, yes, the crystal will regen, but it's regenerating in a very slow state. Yeah, slow pace. So Team Philippines, if they get another opportunity for them to fight, then they will take it. The damage from Imam is getting is getting more manageable now, just because I feel like CW already has his Athena shield. But right now, look at this. R7 is going after Imam. Imam is getting chased, but Gonzalez is there trying to protect his team. Now R7, that is his last HP bar, using the ultimate managing to get a shutdown. And now Vin is very, very low HP. Philippines, do they want to go for more? Imam has died 60 seconds on his death timer. R7 with a 63. This is potentially harmful for Team Philippines, just because Imam gives so much pressure onto Indonesia, and right now Indonesia has 48 seconds to breathe.
Yeah, that's a big damage tag coming from Indonesia as well. As long as they take the Savior down, Team Philippines will not be looking to punish Suns, and because of this pressure taken off, Suns is going to be able to contribute a little more in this team fight. However, it all comes down to execution. Will Team Philippines be able to find an opportunity again, which is going to be shutting down Finn, being the very annoying support mage he is in all these team fights with the hard guard.
Team Philippines right now. Look at Del Rosario. He's been doing this all day. He has been pulling the Lord to the side and trying to bait out Team Indonesia. Give this man a shield, because we're going to a short down
respawn timers, because as the game progresses, it is going to get better. So they don't exactly want to afford those kills. Early on, if it was below 20 minutes, it's still possible and manageable. But once you pass the 20-minute mark, it's all about surviving as long as you can, because one death can lead you to maybe a minute to 2 minutes of the fight, and that can be very, very detrimental when it comes to defending base or attacking bases.
Yeah, above 25 minutes, the respawn timers is like, what, 65 seconds?
It gets longer. Eventually,
you can cook up an instant noodle for yourself, and you still haven't revived. So right now, Team Philippines, they are really looking to play the long game, because we talked about this before the game even starts. This is Philippine style. We can do this all day. We have a lot of time. Seriously, we can do this as long as you want. You're gonna make the first mistake, not us. We're testing you. But look at that position, R7. He is on the sidelines. Sans is showing his face, but everyone else being very quiet.
Yeah, looks like they are going to be hiding as well. Soto not revealing his position too much to give any rough ideas to Team Indonesia, but looks like Team Philippines, they are going to double down on focusing on the Lord. While the Soto is not going to be there, but Indonesia, they're scouting on the vicinity, but looks like there's going to be a backline touch as well. R7 looking for a attempt, but Imam is going to be able to sprint out as well, and R7 is going to be going for the disengage, but Albert, he gets a big pin. He's going to catch down to Rosario. Great winter chunk in dodge. Do dodge the Dominant Light, but it's not going to keep him alive because they just don't have the damage. Sun used up his back shoot. Now he's forced to go in for the retreat, and Team Philippines now looking to re-engage, calling in Soto, and they are going to be focused on the Lord. 65 seconds on the sidelines. Albert will not have the retribution, and this is prime time for Philippines to focus on the Lord. But now past it was the 28 mark as of yet. The Lord is getting very, very difficult to take down, and it's going to take a little bit more time while Team Indonesia looking for the bird. Looks like they won't give up on focusing Lord, and they won't get punished onto a spin. Now, a forced dive coming from the backlines as well. R7 making an attempt onto his Imam, but it's not going to be able to shut him down as he tries to become the distraction. But Team Philippines is not taking the bait. But look at how low the HP they are. The Lord is dropping very, very low. Team Indonesia, they want to force a fight as well, but CW can't get the kill. But the steals from Sun, he gets the Lord, and that is the biggest steal I've ever seen in my life. That burst coming in from Sun is going to be good, but they are wiped out, and Team Philippines, this 5-man healthy, knocking on towards the crystal. With or without the Lord, they know it's GG. Well played for Team Philippines.
Philippines take game number 1 on the Team Indonesia. Those are the things that we said were correct. This is why Philippines.
Man, I still go, go, go.